Hey, Shalom, Shalom. This is Mark coming at you with another one. I want to start by, of course, giving all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai, Ba'ashim, Kakodash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. Kazak Shalom to you, brothers. This was a few sisters who might be tuning in, listening, and learning. And just getting right to it, just a real quick one based on the article that a brother had put on my feed. And I was taking a look at it, and some scriptures came to mind. So we're gonna get right into it. It says Zudi's Twitter account. You mentioned how it says how is it that every mainstream musician and actor apparently has the exact same view on every single socio political issue? It says it's almost like they are tightly controlled and not permitted by their handlers to go against specific talking points for the love of money and fame, right? Which, it made me think because even, you got these different Jakes and even these heathens who be playing these different roles and stuff in the movies and doing these different, being these voiceovers for ghostwriters on these songs. And they get paid a lot of money to do so, but everything that's being broadcasted to the public that these famous people who make a lot of money in this industry, these different industries is doing is the entertainment industry has been tainted by who rules the earth now, which is Esau, Amalek. The chief house of Esau, which is Amalek. Them devils over there that's in our land. These Amalekites who fund these different record label deals and stuff like that, and fund Hollywood and stuff like that. These are the devils that pretty much control what's going on. As far as the entertainment industry goes. Which Jake, he make a lot of money off of that because that's he doing the bidding of these devils. But even in the midst of that, it's like these different movies and stuff like that. For example, like you got movies like Star Wars and stuff like that. Shit, Jurassic Park, all these different type of movies. They pretty much is movies that you know is it be having like spiritual tokens in them because they get the inspiration from the scriptures. All these different movies. The writers of these different movies be getting the inspiration from the scriptures, and what Esau try to do is he try to paint his light in it. You know, him being the devil, he'll try to paint his light in it like he'll try to glorify himself throughout these different movies and stuff. Even when he be having Jake, writing these different songs like up to date, the death music songs. That's to try to glorify himself, but really he just glorifying Yahweh. You know, in the midst of doing that, he really glorifying Yahweh because you got spiritual men, specifically the 144,000. Like the scripture say, if it were possible, they would deceive the very elect, but the elect not gonna be deceived. So Jake can read through these different movies and see who they were actually meant for, which is the nation of Israel. You know, you got movies like once again movies like so-called alien movies and stuff like that. Esau try to make it seem like they're alien, but in all actuality, according to the scriptures, that would be like the angels. So we can filter it through the scriptures. Same thing with the music. We can filter this music through the scriptures. But Esau had, like the scriptures say, man, you can do nothing against the truth before the truth because it don't no matter how much money you spend to try to put Jake to sleep, rock Jake to sleep, hey, Yahbashim Shah, like the scriptures say, I have 7,000 um unto him that shall not bow to the knee to Baal. So hey, all these movies, different movies and stuff, is really meant for us. To watch and interpret and filter it through the scriptures and understand that Yahweh Shemel Shai, created that really for our benefit. Because if you just watching the movie just in vain, then that's vain. But we watch it, once again, to filter it through the scriptures, and see the piece of art in a way, like see the piece of art that the Lord made. But without further ado, we're gonna get into some scriptures. I'm gonna stop babbling. This is book of Micah chapter 2 and verse 10. It says, "Arise ye and depart." Actually, I'm gonna start. It's like I'm gonna start with Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 4. It says, "And the door shall be shut in the streets, when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low." Hey, he was complaining about like how he feel like all the different actors and musicians, they in the same, they all, they pretty much, it seem as if they being controlled, which they are, because you can only put out what these devils want you to put out. You can't go against the grain or against the guidelines that they have put out, or you can either get hurt or just be shamed, what they call blackmailed, or whatever the case may be. But you can't go against their grain if you think you're gonna be making their money. Um, it says, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Yeah, and pretty soon, man, it's gonna get so fucked up out here. Ain't nobody gonna be having time to fucking listen to no goddamn music. People gonna be trying to figure out how they gonna fund the next meal. So you're not. That's about to die. All this music and movies and shit. That shit about to die. Scripture say, "Be ye as pilgrims upon the earth." So if everybody is struggling and trying to figure out how they gonna survive, then how they and not think about how to what's the next song that's popping. What you think is gonna happen to these different artists and musicians and stuff? That's gonna be bad for business to them. So you know, it says Mark chapter 8 and verse 36. For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Yeah, that's spirit. Because we were talking about this at camp, how brothers, like how these guys, what I mean, not brothers, but how these guys pretty much be getting popped and stuff to get into different certain positions and stuff. Hey man, you're losing your own soul, for the glory of just like we're just going into camp, like this is for the glory of just flexing on your brother, you know. You go back to the hood and flex on your brother. You ain't doing nothing to really help him or whatever. Well, some you got some jakes that try, they're important to the community or whatever. But just because one Jake might have got rich off of some music, don't mean that every Jake is gonna benefit from that one Jake. That's not it's not gonna happen like that. You know. So that's Jake he just wanted enough money to flex on his brother. Which that's completely off because we want to see the whole nation and being rich. Not just one or two or three or four Jakes. That got some money from Esau. That's why the scriptures say riches are not comely for a nigger. You know. Because we want to see, once again, we want to see the whole nation rich, not just not being a couple of them being rich under our oppressor. That's off. You know. It says, for what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Yeah, Esau will give you the whole world, man. He'll give you a lot of riches that you want on this side, Lamborghinis and stuff like that. But what's that's gonna profit you? Because once again, Esau about to him in America about to get a nuke. So that's really, at the end of the day, it's not gonna profit you nothing. The daughters of music gonna be brought low real soon. It says on Jeremiah chapter 2 verse 14, is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? But this is why Jake continued to indulge and work for these devils. Because that Esau didn't spoil him with these different so-called benefits. Having this so-called money, right? It's like it. This is the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 10 verse 6. It says, folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in a low place. Right. Yeah, man. So, on these 501c3s, even the churches, like, you know what I mean? That's it. That's on that 501c3. Hey, man, they don't, ain't nothing but folly going on in the midst of everything that Esau's controlling because he want to keep everybody, he want to smoky mirror everybody, you know. And it say, and the rich sit in a low place. Yeah, so once again, riches are not kindly for a nigga, man. Because, you thinking that you're going to earn some type of, benefit or rest in Esau's kingdom from having, a certain amount of money, you know, but then you still sit in a low place, man. Because, once again, we serving its own horsemen. You know, the earth is given unto the hand of the wicked. The Lord has not given us authority to rule in this time. We under these damn devils until Yahweh shall come back. So right now, the rich are gonna sit in a low place no matter what you is, a fucking firefighter, a fucking entertainer, a Hollywood entertainer. Like, you always gonna sit in a low place because you the nation of Israel. You're under the curses right now. But until Yahweh shall come back, and break us out of these, take us, we get, brothers get beamed up, get taken out of this flesh, put in new bodies. That's when the rich is gonna sit in a high place again. It's not gonna be under some fucking devil, under some fucking, music record label. You know what I mean? It says, Micah chapter 2 and verse 10. I'm gonna close out. It says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction." All right, so you can't be trying to seek rest, because I know Israelites. Like when I was first coming to the truth, it was Israelites that was, trying to make it big in the music industry, and I used to look at that like, oh, I didn't know Israelites did that, but then I started to realize when I started to, get more and more in tune with the correct doctrine that shit was off. You know what I mean? Like, Jacob try to find any, type of excuse to try to make this world his rest, man. But this music shit and all this other entertainment shit, once again, it's not about to be here. It's not. That shit is about to pass, man. Prophecy is about to be. Prophecy is the only music that's about to flourish, man. This song right here, is about to be the only music that's really gonna flourish. You know, because it's gonna be the only thing going on in the times that we're coming into is prophecy. But Lord's willing, us to edify. For the Yabashon shot, forgive me a spiritual lesson. Uh, call Yabashon shot next time I say Shalom.